Hi, everyone. My name is David Heavens. I'm a caregiver and I'm a content creator. I think about every single action I've taken in my life to bring me to this very moment. And I have to say, this is one of the proudest moments I've ever had. I'm going to tell you my story. Thank you. I'll tell you my story and I'll make it short. Hope you listen. So, the foundation of my story started with this woman, my grandmother. It started in Nigeria. I was raised by my grandmother. Now, why was I raised by my grandmother? I was raised by my grandmother because my mother was young when she gave birth to me. She was 15. And my grandmother recognized in that moment that a child should not raise a child and decided that, you know what? I'm going to give you a second chance to childhood and let you go back to school. I want you to experience life and I will take care of this child. And ultimately, she decided that she was going to raise me to be the person that you guys see today. She raised me with love. She raised me with kindness. I saw how she was kind to people, how she was empathetic, how she made room for people even when she didn't have anything. So seeing that became the foundation of who I am today. So I was able to do the same thing. My American dream started in 2013. I moved to America with nothing, zero, just a little suitcase. And it started in a place called Neosho, Missouri. I don't know if anybody has been to Missouri. Yes. So I started uh, in this community college called Crowder College. Didn't have anything. And I can tell you it was rough. You know, understanding two worlds like Africa and America, doing it by myself, I didn't know what to do. But the problem also was I couldn't afford the place. So they dropped my classes because I couldn't pay my tuition. And that was the first time I became homeless. But thankfully, I found a job in sales and I quickly realized that I don't want to be in sales. I didn't like selling things to people, especially when they didn't need it. I didn't find purpose in it. So one day I was hanging out with some people and someone said, "Hey, my mother is a caregiver." And that was the first time I heard that word, caregiving. And I asked her, what is a caregiver? And she said, oh, she takes care of young adults with disabilities. And the more she explained it, I realized that this is exactly what I want to do. I want to be in service. I love helping people. Heck, I could do it for free. And I asked her about it and she told me, yes, this is how you can apply. I went and applied and they accepted me. So I started taking care of young adults with disabilities. I loved it. And because of that, I was able to make it back home to my grandmother in 2016. And that is me giving her makeup. You guys don't get any ideas. I'm not a makeup artist. If you book me for your makeup, I'll mess it up. But anyways, this was the last time I actually saw my grandmother in 2016 because in 2018, she unfortunately passed away. She was actually sick in this video, but I was very honored to make it back home to help her. But my story took a turn when in 2023 because I lost everything. I pretty much lost my apartment, lost every single thing, and I had to start life from afresh. But this is a story explaining it. My name is David Heavens, and this is how I met Frank and Pippa. It started in 2023 during the hardest season of my life. I was struggling financially, trying to keep my head above water, and I made a decision that changed everything. I went on Facebook Marketplace and sublet my apartment to someone who I thought was homeless and needed a place to stay. She told me she could afford to pay for the place, and I thought I was doing the right thing. I had no idea she was a serial squatter. Slowly, the situation flipped, and I became the one who needed a place to stay. while she took over my apartment. I went back to driving for Uber and Lyft, doing odd jobs, anything I could do to just get my mind out of the depressive episode I was having. And I started sleeping in my car. I bought a mattress and my car became my home. Some nights I would drive by my apartment and see my lights on, knowing well that I had a place and I couldn't legally stay there. It did something to me. It put me in a very depressive state of mind. I had an apartment, but I was looking for a place to sleep on the streets. I slept on PCH. I slept in the streets of Hollywood, Venice. Sometimes I would pretend like I was exploring the city in a mobile home just to get my mind out of it. What made it even harder was all my friends were doing very well in life. They would call me excited about their wins, and I would clap for them, genuinely, because I didn't want them to have to deal with what I was going through. I was excited for their wins while I was going through the worst time of my life. One day I decided that something had to change, not my situation, but my perspective. I told myself, I can't fix my life right now, but I can be useful to someone else. So I went on a neighbor app and I posted that I was going to volunteer my time for 2 hours to walk dogs for seniors. And Pippa saw my post and she was very impressed.
How I found you was you were posting at that time on Nextdoor that you wanted to do free service a couple of hours a week, remember?
Yeah.
For seniors.
She responded to my post and told me that she would like to hire me, not for free, but to pay me.
So I sent you a text and I said, I'm very interested, but I don't want it free. I mean, we're going to pay you.
Yeah. She was going to interview me to walk 2 of her dogs. It was going to be between me and another person.
And we interviewed like 3 other people, remember?
And they chose me.
And then you came and you were lovely. And I remember you and I said right away, it's a go, remember?
I remember walking in there and everything felt very natural. I felt like it was somewhere that I needed to be. I was hired to be a dog walker only for the weekend, and gradually I started seeing that they needed more help. I saw that Frank needed help. He was slow in his steps and he wouldn't shave himself sometimes. So I naturally just asked him if he needed help, and he said yes. I started off shaving Frank, taking him for a walk, and when his situation worsened, I naturally stepped in as his caregiver. But when I saw that he was just at home all the time, not doing anything, I decided that I was going to make his life a little more fun. And that started the foundation of everything that you guys see today. Today, I don't see Frank and Pippa as my clients. I see them as my family. I see them as my grandparents.
It says,
you owe us or I owe you? Oh, that's so cute. You have to sign. Then is it lots of stairs? 2 days ago.
I genuinely enjoy being with them, and I'm just happy that you guys get to follow my journey. This is just a little bit, and with time I will open up more and tell you guys more about it. But sometimes purpose finds you when you stop chasing survival and start choosing kindness. And I hope that you guys have learned something from my story. Thank you for giving me this platform. I love you all. Purpose finds you when you stop chasing survival and start choosing kindness. And that's what happened to me. My situation was very rough. I couldn't find a reason to wake up and see positivity. I lost my apartment. I lost everything. And I started even thinking about what the other side of life could look like, where my grandmother was in the afterlife. And I was just like, maybe that's where I can find love. But I recognized that in that moment, if I went and saw my grandmother, she would ask me, what are you doing here? I gave you all the tools to survive. Why did you choose this route? So that decision made me change my perspective. I decided, since I can't help my situation, I can create a more positive environment for myself. So I decided, I'm a young person. I love to help people. So I decided, okay, I have 2 hours to spare. I would love to dedicate that to help people. I volunteer my time. I posted it on Nextdoor. I help people with their dogs and help people get to a different destination. And then that was ultimately the decision that helped me find Pippa and Frank. And they gave me a job. And that job to me, to everyone was, I was walking dogs. But if you are a caregiver, if you're someone who naturally cares for people, you recognize when people need help, even when they don't want to ask for it or they are prideful to tell you, hey, I need this help. So when I recognized that Frank needed help, I didn't wait. I made a proactive move. I asked him, hey, Frank, can I shave you? Because he wasn't shaving himself. His mobility wasn't the best. So I asked him, and he said yes. And that ultimately became how the relationship started, because from shaving him, we had conversations. I started asking him questions. What was your life like? What was the Navy like? When I get to 92, what is it like? And these questions were the things that shaped our relationship. And I believe that is the essence of caregiving. You have to be someone who comes in and want to add value to people. Now the internet is celebrating our relationship, but it all started with that question. It all started with understanding that someone needed help and I stepped in. This is our relationship. This is who Frank is. And I'd like to play this so you guys can just see it.
One, two, take it out.
So Jennifer Huston actually asked me when I was on her show, who is Frank? And I just want to say, just to summarize it, Frank is a 92-year-old Navy veteran who is just amazing. He's a proud father and a grandfather of amazing children and grandchildren. And he is my friend. He is like a father and a grandfather to me. And I enjoy having just him and Pippa as part of my family. But I also want to tell you guys that I believe that our relationship started because I didn't come into his life to become a professional in his life. I came into his life to be a student. I left everything that I have learned about caregiving out the door, and when I walked into his life, I said, "Teach me how you would like me to care for you." I don't want to just start shaving you and combing your hair however I feel like it will look good. How do you like your hair combed? How do you like your coffee? How do you like this done? I became a professional in his life because he taught me how he wanted me to take care of him. And I didn't change anything. The only change that he had was just a face that, looks good. Look at. But I wanted to say this. To me, a caregiver is someone who is kind, compassionate, patient, and willing to go above and beyond. And that is what I believe I did. It was not transactional. It wasn't something that, oh, like a means to an end. For this time, I'm going to charge $19. No, it was more like, I'm bored. Let me go do something with Frank. And that was just fun to do. I knew that I could make this fun. I could incorporate his life into mine, and I can somehow incorporate um, myself into his life, and that worked out. Most importantly, it is the ability. More importantly, they must have the ability to truly see people how they want to be seen and preserve their dignity through difficult moments. And you can already see that that is what I am doing with him. And our relationship is so amazing to the point that one day we sat down. We started this little podcast thing that is just funny. But I asked him, like, hey, what does our relationship mean to you? And this is what he said.
Frank opened up about what our friendship means to him, and I must say it was very heartwarming. What would you say our friendship means to you? Because I know our friendship means so much more than friendship to me.
Well, it means a lot to me because I can say anything to you. You're not judgmental, nor do you tell me, oh, you shouldn't feel that way. Or, you know, you don't do that.
Monsters beneath your bed. What's real? What's in your head?
You know, when you start doing something positive, the world will recognize it. I've been on different platforms, and um, I don't want to share everything because of time, but I was able to fit the time we were on the news into this presentation. Take a look.
This month, NBC4 honors Black heritage by highlighting the people, the stories, and the achievements shaping communities all across Southern California. And today, we want to introduce you to David Heavens. He's a young man who has formed a beautiful friendship that is being followed around the world. Here's NBC4's Alex Rozier.
When you hear this story about Frank, a 91-year-old Navy veteran, and David, a Nigerian immigrant, it may just make your day.
David is the most inspirational person I have ever run across.
David Heavens moved to Southern California in 2018, but in 2023 he was homeless.
I was living out of my car.
Even in that tough time, David still wanted to do good things for people, so he put this post on the Neighbor app, hoping to volunteer 2 hours of his time to help anyone in need around Santa Monica.
There was a lady that contacted me. She needed her medication picked up. I did that.
Frank and his partner told him they needed a hand too.
We were in need of a dog walker. That's how we met.
Raised by his grandmother, David says he's always had a soft spot for seniors. He was hired as Frank's dog walker, but he quickly became Frank's caregiver and friend.
He's just a wonderfully warm human being. I think it's been rewarding for me, and I think it's been rewarding for him as well.
A few months ago, David started sharing more about their friendship on social media.
November 1st, I can remember my account was at 150 followers.
Today, just 3 months later, he has 370,000 followers.
I find it incredible that people really want to hear about our story.
Why do you think so many people have taken an interest in following your friendship and story?
Perhaps because everything they hear now is so negative.
We unconsciously created this positive movement just by being ourselves.
In one video, David said, "He marched for my civil rights, and now I'm here for him."
It's just a full circle moment. He marched for somebody like me. My grandmother raised somebody like me to help somebody like him.
Some people may say this is an unlikely bond.
Yeah, I mean, I'm 3 times his age and a couple of generations removed.
But Frank and David hope this friendship will last a lifetime.
What has this friendship meant to you?
Oh, wow. More than I can say. I don't ever feel the need to not be grateful.
I mean, clearly, people don't expect to live forever, and so I just hope that our friendship can continue for as long as I'm able to continue.
In Santa Monica, I'm Alex Rozier, NBC4 News.
I have to say that I will not ignore that there is a somewhat a negative reputation that caregiving and just this line of work has had. There's not a lot of people that really want to do this job. I've been in a situation where I train people in the morning, and in the afternoon they told me I can't do this. I quit. I quit because I don't feel like this is for me. I don't want to be here because my mental health is going to be affected. I don't want to do this. I don't want to take care of another person. And I have to say that there's also the part where companies play in this situation. Most caregivers feel like they are not being taken care of. Most caregivers feel like they are not being advocated for. Most caregivers feel like they are not being prioritized in any way. And if you think about it, you can't, as a company, build all your infrastructure, whatever, like you want to build, have the AI, but if you don't reinvest into the caregivers, there is no return on investment. You have to invest into your caregivers. You have to take care of them. You have to pay them well. You have to motivate them, encourage them. What have they done? If they've done something really good, put that in their chart, put that in their documentation. So when you call them, let them know, hey, you are the best part of this job. You are the best part of this company. You make us what we are because you go out there and you do the work. And I can tell you what I'm doing. I will tell you that every single time I wake up, I decide that I will make a difference. I know what the internet is. The internet is forever. The internet will actually outlive me. When I'm 80, 90, I want to look back on what I did today in 2026. When I'm in my nursing home, I'll be like, oh, back in the day, I was, you know, and that's why I do what I do. Um, because one day, a child that hasn't been born will discover my account and say, wow, so this is actually how you take care of someone. This is how you're supposed to look at an elderly person. Not, oh, they're stinky or they are this and they're that. No, they are fun. They are amazing. They walked miles before us. They paved the way for us. They fought for our rights. Frank fought for my right to be here. So who am I not to help him? Who am I not to spend time with him, ask him questions? I think I'm probably the smartest person in this room because I ask questions. I ask him so many questions that make me wiser. Well, anyways, I like to think that. But I just love it. And I want people to have the same passion when they take care of elderly people. And because of that, I can tell you that there is real evidence that people are longing for a change. Because why did I start my account back in November, have 150 followers, and today is over 1 million followers on Instagram and 300,000 on TikTok? This is not a brag. This is just evidence that people are looking for something refreshing. They're looking for a different way to view caregiving. They want to be inspired. They are afraid to get old. They are afraid to age. But when they see that someone like me can truly take care of them and see them the way that they want to be seen, then aging starts becoming something they look forward to. And that is how we should start approaching it. Show it in a different light and make it easier for people to, to want to be a part of. And I can tell you, I've probably been worked for some of your companies. And I can tell you that caregiving was very transactional. When I get that call, it sounds something like, hey, David, how are you? Hey, I have this client. His name is Frank. He lives in Santa Monica. He has Parkinson's and he needs help with moving around. He can't really walk. He has a spouse that helps him. So what you're just gonna go there and do is, maybe help him around the house, help him get to his appointments, and it pays $19 an hour. What did that just communicate? Transaction, money, a means to an end. You did not humanize the person. I will ask you, um, can you make it $19? I'll be there. Because you made it transactional. I thought about the money. But what if you presented him like, hey, David, so good to talk to you. Listen, I have this client on my table, and the first person I thought was you, because you have a way to add value to people. And I can tell you a little bit about him. His name is Frank. He's 92. He's a Navy veteran. He marched for civil rights. And I know when you meet him, it's just going to be magical. Now, listen, he lives in Santa Monica. He has a dog, and I know how much you care for animals. He'll need help with moving around, getting to his appointments. Occasionally, he'll need help with showering. And um, I look forward to what you can do because you are just amazing. If you have any questions, please let me know. And thank you for being the best part of our business. Thank you for being the reason why we do what we do. Right there, you just communicated purpose. I wouldn't even remember the money. I would say, oh my gosh, I'm the best person to do this job. I'm going to go in there and I will take care of this man exactly how he deserves to be taken care of. I will see him how he needs to be seen. And that is what we should start doing as people. Because believe it or not everybody wants a caregiver. People don't even like the idea that they have to be vulnerable to another person. They have to let you shower them. They have to let you see them naked. They don't want that because in their mind, they are still strong. How do you fight for your country and then someone is telling you to get naked so they can shower you? So understand this. It is one of the hardest things for them, not even for us. Think about it. Everybody is able to do things right here, right now. But in the next few years to come, we won't be able to do half the things that we are doing today. And it is important that we understand that. So when you're hiring a caregiver, make sure that you're hiring someone who is not motivated by the monetary value, but they are motivated by the purpose and the value that they're supposed to add to that person. And I want to play this so you guys can understand what I'm talking about when we put ourselves in someone else's shoe.
Most people who ask for help usually wish they didn't need it or weren't in a position to need it at all. So when someone finally reaches out, understand this, they didn't do it lightly. They swallowed their pride because human beings weren't meant to do life alone. It takes real strength to let someone see you in a vulnerable moment, especially for people who spent their lives being the helpers, the ones others relied on. Imagine someone who in their youth fought for their country, sacrificed their body so others could have a better life. That strength doesn't disappear with age. It stays with them, which is why asking for help later in life can be so heavy. And some illnesses blur time, their past become their present, and they still see themselves as capable and strong, not fragile and dependent. So when you show up, meet them with patience, respect, and dignity. As Martin Luther King once said, everyone can be great because anybody can serve. And service done with love is what gives people their dignity. If you're having a bad day or can't regulate your emotion, take care of your mental health before showing up, because how you show up matters. Life is full circle. We're all heading in the same direction. Be gentle, be present, and be kind to one another.
I can tell you this. I'll tell you a little story. And this happened not too long ago. If you follow my social media, which I'm sure maybe no one really does, but um, I worked I love my clients so much that I decided I wanted to move closer to them. I was living in Hollywood and it would take me an hour to get to them. And I was like, nah, I want to be closer because Frank has fallen a few times and I couldn't get to him on time. So I decided this is going to be my goal. So I started working hard, walking more dogs, tending to more clients. Plus, what they were paying me, I was able to move to Santa Monica and I got an apartment closer to them. And that was one of the highlights of this year. I moved in February, and one day I got a call at 3 a.m. Frank had fallen, and Pippa was so distraught. She was like, "Hey, please, do you mind? We're sorry we're bothering you at 3 a.m. Frank fell, and we need your help." I didn't think about it. I just got dressed, got in my car, and I drove to them, and I picked him up. And I was dressing him, cleaning him up and changing his shirt. And he just kept looking at me and my body language. And he was like, "I'm very sorry I called you at 3 a.m. I'm so sorry, but I couldn't help it." Now imagine that. This is a man, like I said, that fought for our country. And he is apologizing that I came and lifted him up. It took 2 seconds. That tells you that they don't want the help. Like they don't want to be the person asking for the help. So when we're showing up, we have to recognize that. We have to have the right mindset when we're showing up to let them know and reassure them, I want to do this. It is not about the money. I want to do this. I want to help you. And when I told him that, that actually made it easier for him to now ask me. And he told me, thank you. And to me, that was all that mattered. I was able to help him in that moment. And I can tell you that this is truly when I picture caregiving, it is what it should be. Because, like I said, we're all heading in the same direction. And truly, life is full circle. I like to play this next video so you can see kind of like how I approach Frank.
I have a question though. Do you have baby pictures of yourself in the office?
I'm trying to remember.
You want me to show you?
Yeah,
These pictures.
that's my son. That's Timmy.
Oh, really? Do you have baby pictures yourself?
Somewhere there's a picture of me.
Pippa just showed me this. He said this is you.
That's me.
You're such a cute little boy.
Timmy looks like me, don't you think?
Yes, you guys look so much alike.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Frank, you still have your whole face. Okay. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's me.
That is so beautiful. Wow.
The best way to take care of an elderly person is to imagine them as they were when they were a child. They say you live once a man and twice a child, and the second stage of childhood is just as important as the first. Only now, you're more conscious and you carry a lifetime of memories and experience. With that comes a kind of memory that money can't buy. Experience really is the best teacher. When I asked Frank what he was like as a kid, it was hard to sum up an entire life into one answer. So he simply told me he was a kid that really enjoyed sports. And as time goes on, life will unlock more memories that he will share with me. And through those memories, I'm able to make wiser decisions. We have 2 ears and 1 mouth to listen more and talk less.
Frank, I really enjoy learning stories about you.
But they're not so interesting.
So they're interesting to me.
Everything we're searching for is already within us. We just need to learn to search a little deeper. I love you all. Be kind to one another.
This is such a beautiful page because this is who we are. We are born as kids, children, and we have a stage where we are adults and we go back to a childlike state. And the way that you were taken care of as a child is the same way that you want to be taken care of when you are elderly. But the second full circle moment to me is Frank, he marched for somebody like me, and I'm able to talk to you guys without any judgment. And I feel blessed to be in this moment to share this. I don't know how to express it. I don't know exactly how to make you understand the feeling that I have right now. But I know time is against me. I'm sorry, man. But all I can say is that the way that I take care of Frank is the way that I hope one day somebody will take care of me, somebody will take care of another person. Um, I also believe that it is almost a second chance that I get to connect with my grandmother. And thank you.
Let's get it up for David Heavens, please. Well deserved. Oh boy. What a way to start off Tuesday. Can I just say that was the first time that David has spoken like this in his life. I'm so glad. Sometimes there's a reason why I found you on Insta. And there's a reason that you were here today and a reason for the words that came out of your mouth because they came out of your heart. Thank you so much, bud, for real.